Hello, join me as I dig through my collection to find the rarest 1-cent coins from the 80s and 90s. Can I uncover some hidden treasures? In this video you'll explore America's rarest 1-cent coins from the 1980s and 1990s, revealing their unique features and why they're highly sought after by collectors. Many coin collectors are unaware of the hidden treasures that exist within their collections, particularly when it comes to these rare 1-cent coins. These coins often get overlooked, tossed aside, or even spent without a second thought. But for those in the know, these coins can be worth a pretty penny. With the right combination of rarity, condition, and demand, even the humble 1-1 coin can become a valuable collector's item. Some collectors are even willing to pay top dollar for these rare coins, making them a lucrative find for those who know what to look for. Unfortunately, many of these coins are still out there, waiting to be discovered in old piggy banks, hidden compartments, or even in circulation. Today you might be wondering, what makes these coins so special? Is it a rare minting error, unique design, or something else entirely? The truth is, every coin has a story to tell, and it's up to us as collectors to uncover those stories and share them with the world. From the 1982 copper penny to the 1990 to close AM penny, each of these coins has its own unique characteristics that set it apart from the rest. You'll discuss specific coins, their unique characteristics, minting errors, and the stories behind their rarity, including the 1982 copper penny and the 1990 to close AM penny. The 1980 to copper penny, for example, is a rare find due to a minting error that left some pennies with a copper coating instead of the usual zinc-coated steel. This error makes the coin valuable to collectors, especially those who are looking to add a rare variation to their collection. The 1992 close AM penny, on the other hand, features a unique design flaw that sets it apart from other pennies minted that year. These coins are just a few examples of the many rare and valuable 1-cent coins out there waiting to be discovered. The 1980 to copper penny is particularly interesting because it's a great example of how a minting error can make a coin rare and valuable. When the mint mistakenly used copper coating on some pennies, it created a unique variation that collectors are eager to get their hands on. The 1990 to close AM penny, as I mentioned earlier, features a design flaw that makes it stand out from other pennies minted that year. These coins are just a few examples of the many rare and valuable 1-cent coins out there waiting to be discovered. One coin that really stands out from the rest is the 1995 double die penny. This coin is considered one of the rarest and most valuable 1-cent coins from the 1990s, with some auctions fetching tens of thousands of dollars. What makes this coin so special is the unique minting error that caused the die to be stamped twice, creating a doubled image effect on the coin. It's a truly unique find that any collector would be lucky to have in their collection. Highlight the most valuable 1-cent coin from this era, showcasing its auction results and what makes it a collector's dream. The 1995 double die penny is a prime example of just how valuable these rare coins can be. In one auction, a 1995 double die penny in near mint condition sold for a staggering $45,000. That's right, 1-cent coin worth nearly $50,000. It just goes to show that even the humblest of coins can be worth a small fortune if you know what to look for. Recap the key points about the rarest 1-cent coins discussed, emphasizing their historical significance and potential value. From the 1980 to copper penny to the 1990 to close AM penny and the 1995 double die penny, each of these coins has its own unique story to tell, whether it's a minting error, unique design, or a rare variation. These coins are a testament to the fascinating world of coin collecting. So next time you're sorting through your change, take a closer look. You never know what hidden treasures you might find. Recap the key points about the rarest 1-cent coins discussed, emphasizing their historical significance and potential value. Don't forget to leave a comment below about your own rare coin finds, and be sure to check out my other videos on coin collecting for more hidden treasures and surprises. Today I'm on a mission to find a rare 1983 1-cent coin. Can I track one down and see if it's worth a fortune? The 1983 1-cent coin is a topic of great interest and mystery in the United States, largely due to its rarity. Many coin collectors have been searching for this elusive coin for years, and some have even given up hope of ever finding one. But what makes this coin so special, and why is it so hard to come by? Identifying and authenticating rare coins can be a daunting task, especially when it comes to the 1983 1-cent coin. One of the main challenges is that many coins are misidentified or mislabeled, which can lead to false hopes and disappointments. Additionally, some coins may be altered or tampered with to make them appear more valuable than they actually are. This can make it difficult for collectors to know whether they've stumbled upon a genuine 1983 1-cent coin or not. Another challenge is that many coins are graded and certified by third-party services, but these services may not always get it right. In some cases, coins may be overgraded or undergraded, which can affect their value and desirability. Furthermore, some coins may be part of a larger collection or a state, making it difficult to determine their origin and authenticity. The 1983 1-cent coin has become a topic of interest for collectors because of its unique production history. In the early 1980s, the United States Mint was experiencing some difficulties with its coin production, which led to a number of errors and variations. One of these errors was the misprinted 1983 1-cent coin, which has become highly sought after by collectors. In the world of coin collecting, the 1983 1-cent coin is considered a rare and valuable find. Its production and distribution were limited, making it a unique and coveted addition to any collection. But what makes this coin so special is that it's not just a coin, it's a piece of history. It's a reminder of the mistakes and errors that can occur in the coin production process and the value that can be placed on those errors. The history of the 1983 1-1 coin is still somewhat shrouded in mystery, but one thing is certain: it's a highly sought after coin. Many collectors have spent years searching for this coin, and some have even gone to great lengths to authenticate it. But what's fascinating about the 1983 1-cent coin is that it's not just about the coin itself, it's about the people who have been searching for it and the stories they have to tell. Recent auctions have shown that the 1983 1-cent coin can sell for tens of thousands of dollars, and in some cases even hundreds of thousands of dollars. But it's not just the monetary value that makes this coin so special, it's the thrill of the hunt, the excitement of the unknown, and the satisfaction of finally finding what you've been searching for. Experts in the field have weighed in on the 1983 1-cent coin, sharing their own experiences and insights into its production and distribution. Some have even shared emotions that came with it. But at the end of the day, it's not just about the experts, it's about the collectors, the enthusiasts, and the people who have been inspired by this coin. The 1983 1-cent coin is a true treasure in the world of numismatics, and its value and significance will only continue to grow in the years to come. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this coin is a reminder of the excitement and adventure that comes with the hunt. So what do you think about the 1983 1-cent coin? Have you ever come across one, or do you have a story to share about your own coin collecting journey? Let me know in the comments below, and be sure to check out another video on rare coins or coin collecting tips. And the 1983 United States 1-cent coin, commonly known as the penny, holds a significant place in American numismatic history. This year marked a pivotal transition in the coin's composition, reflecting broader economic considerations and technological advancements. Understanding the context and implications of the 1983 penny provides insight into the United States monetary policy and the evolving nature of its currency. The early 1980s presented economic challenges, notably rising copper prices, which significantly increased the cost of producing the penny. Traditionally composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc, the penny's material costs were becoming unsustainable. In response, the US Mint initiated a transition to a more cost-effective composition. In 1980, the Mint began producing pennies with a core of zinc coated with a thin layer of copper. This change reduced the coin's copper content from 95% to 0.5%, aligning production costs more closely with the penny's face value. However, due to production overlaps during the transition, both the traditional bronze pennies and the new copper-plated zinc pennies were minted in 1980. By 1983, the copper-plated zinc penny became the standard. The United States Mint's production figures for 1983 reflect this transition. A total of approximately 14.22 billion pennies were minted across the Philadelphia and Denver facilities. This substantial production volume underscores the penny's continued importance in daily transactions and the economy at large. Despite the change in composition, the design of the 1983 penny remained consistent with that of previous years. The obverse features a portrait of President Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse showcases the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The shift in the penny's composition had both economic and cultural ramifications. Economically, it addressed the rising costs of coin production, ensuring the penny's continued viability in the currency system. Culturally, the penny persisted as a symbol of American heritage despite ongoing debates about its practicality and cost-effectiveness. In recent years, the penny has been the subject of renewed scrutiny. Former President Donald Trump, among others, called for halting penny production, citing the expense of minting coins that cost more to produce than their face value. This perspective aligns with discussions in other countries, such as Canada, which have eliminated low-denomination coins to streamline currency systems. The 1983 penny serves as a testament to the US Mint's adaptability in addressing economic challenges while maintaining the nation's numismatic traditions. Its evolution reflects broader themes of fiscal responsibility, technological innovation, and cultural continuity within American society. And due to the escalating prices of copper late in 1980, the Mint stopped minting copper. Lincoln Memorial 1 cents, which weighed 31 g. By 1983, the Mint had already finished and transitioned over to fresh and new but much less expensive metal called zinc alloy, as it was much cheaper to produce Lincoln Memorial 1 cent from zinc instead of copper and bronze zinc. Lincoln Memorial 1 cent pennies should have a weight to 0.5 grams to about 2.9 g, while copper cents should weigh in between 3.0 g to about 3.2 g, give or take a point or two, and there is at least one known 1983 Lincoln Memorial 1 cent weighing 3.1 g. But on a different note, if you do find one that happens to weigh anywhere from 2.9 g to 3.2 g, you are still in business and are still in the race for another ultra-rare find. The 1983 Lincoln Memorial copper 1 cent is super ultra extremely rare and are considered extremely scarce, even much more scarcer than the era Lincoln steel penny struck on 1943 copper bronze plain. The 1983 copper cent is not as popular or publicized as much, but can and will, in any grade or condition, easily sell for much more than just a few thousands or so, more like $26,000, and still to this very day going up, and don't count it stopping no time soon. Either I wouldn't be surprised at all if it does sell for more than 300 grand at any auction. November 83 Lincoln Memorial 1 cent brown penny, regular strike weight, 250 g, mintage 7B752M, 355 mint, Philadelphia metal copper, plated zinc. Final auction sales, the 28th of February, 16-year 2023, eBay. 1983, double die reverse. Lincoln Memorial 1 cent pennies are by far the strongest and possibly the most double die reverse coin from any other Lincoln penny coin in the whole entire Lincoln 1 cent penny series. The doubling is evidently seen with the naked eye on the letters and word united, and on the eBasunum, and even on words 1 and cent. The hub doubling is strong enough to see even without a microscope or eyeglass appraisal. Eyewear, you can see it so easily with only just your own two eyes without even having to squint even a little bit. Recently selling at auction for a easy 10 grand and even up to $15,000, especially if it is categorized as being one of the major varieties in the Lincoln Memorial 1 cent penny series. Your 1983 Lincoln Memorial 1 cent penny era double die reverse red, regular strike weight 250 grams, mintage 7B752 M, 355,000 mint, Philadelphia metal copper, plated zinc. Final auction sales $1,025. In state 65 March 29th year 2023. Final bid eBay. The value of a 1984 United States 1 cent coin, Lincoln cent. It's important to differentiate between common circulated coins and those with errors or in exceptional condition. Here's a breakdown. Most 1984 Lincoln cents found in circulation have very little value beyond their face value of 1 cent. Millions were minted, so they are very common in well-circulated condition. They are worth 1 cent. Uncirculated coins in excellent condition can have a slightly higher value to collectors. The value will increase with the condition of the coin. Key factors affecting value: condition. The coin's condition is paramount. Uncirculated Coins with minimal wear are worth more. Mint marks. The mint mark or lack thereof indicates where the coin was produced: Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, while all are common. Collectors value coins with full mint luster. Errors. Certain 1984 Lincoln cents have minting errors, most notably the double die obverse. These error coins are significantly more valuable. The 1984 double die obverse. This is a significant variety where the image on the obverse Lincoln's portrait appears doubled. This is most noticeable in Lincoln's ear, goatee, and beard. If you have a 1984 cent, carefully examine it for this doubling. These error coins can command a substantial premium from collectors. Where to find value information. Reliable coin grading services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC Numismatic Guarantee Corporation provide information and value guides. Websites like Graysheet.com and PCGS Coin Facts offer pricing information and details on coin varieties. In summary, while most 1984 pennies are worth only a cent, those in pristine condition or with the double die error can be much more valuable. And introduction. Importance of coinage in the U.S. economy. Overview of the 1 cent coin and its historical significance. Historical context. The economic landscape of the early 1980s. Inflation and the decrease in purchasing power. The significance of low-denomination coins. Design of the 1984 1 cent coin. Description of the obverse Lincoln's portrait. Description of the reverse Lincoln. Memorial artist contributions. Victor David Brenner and Frank Gasparro. Historical significance of Lincoln on U.S. currency manufacturing process. Overview of coin production. In the U.S. minting process is utilized in 1984. Quantity produced approx 7 billion coins. Impact of coin production on the economy. Composition of the 1984 penny pre-1982. Composition 95% copper and 5% zinc. Transition to predominantly zinc composition. Effects of copper prices on coin production. The debate over the penny's composition, market value, and collectability. How condition influences the value of coins. Grading scale for coins good to mint state. Specific values for circulated versus uncirculated coins. The role of errors and varieties in determining value. Cultural and historical significance of the penny. The penny's role in everyday transactions. Symbolism of the penny in American culture. Notable instances of the penny in literature and media. The emotional connection many Americans have with the penny. Legislation affecting the penny. Legislative history of the penny. Discussions on potential elimination or redesigning of the penny. Public sentiment regarding the penny's future. The 1984 penny in the collector's market. How collectors view the 1984 penny. Market trends in the numismatic community. Noteworthy sales and auctions involving the 1984 penny. Future of the 1 cent coin. Current debates on the value of the penny. Predictions for the future of low-denomination coins. Economic implications of maintaining or discontinuing the penny. Conclusion. Summary of the significance of the 1984 penny. Reflection on the broader implications of coinage in American society. Final thoughts on the legacy of the 1 cent coin. Here's a more detailed elaboration on a few sections that could be expanded later into full chapters. The 1 cent coin, colloquially known as the penny, has played a significant role in the economic history of the United States as one of the oldest forms of coinage in the nation. The penny reflects both the historical values and the changing landscape of American currency. With the 1984 1 cent coin, we dive into the complexities of its design, historical context, and place within American culture. The early 1980s were marked by economic challenges, including high inflation rates and a shift in consumer behavior. The penny, once a staple of everyday transactions, began to lose its purchasing power in the face of rising costs. The demand for low-denomination coins remained even as discussions about their practicality began to emerge. The design of the 1984 penny continued the long-standing tradition of honoring Abraham Lincoln, a timeless symbol of American values and democracy. The obverse side showcases Lincoln's likeness, a tribute to his leadership during pivotal moments in American history. The reverse side, depicting the Lincoln Memorial, serves as a reminder of his enduring legacy. The artistry of Victor David Brenner and Frank Gasparro imbues the penny with a sense of historical reverence. The value of the 1984 penny is influenced heavily by its physical condition and rarity. Collectors often seek out coins in uncirculated condition, which can significantly increase in value. Furthermore, unique varieties or errors, such as a mistrike, can transform an ordinary penny into a sought-after collector's item through auctions and sales. The market will often determine the worth of the penny has transcended its role as mere currency to become a cultural icon. In American society, it frequently appears in folklore literature and sayings, symbolizing good luck or representing the value of small beginnings. The emotional attachment many Americans have with the penny is tied to its long-standing presence in everyday life, where every coin, no matter how small, holds the potential for something greater. As we reflect on the legacy of the 1984 1-cent coin, we realize that its significance extends far beyond its face value. The penny represents a piece of American history embodying the values, struggles, and aspirations of generations. Its future, as part of ongoing debates about currency, may shape the way we view not only coins, but the broader concepts of value and worth in our modern economy. These sections can be expanded to create a comprehensive examination of the 1984 penny, diving deeper into historical research, economic influences, and cultural narratives surrounding this iconic coin. And join me on this wild treasure hunt as I search for the rare 1984 United States 1-cent coin and see if I can find one hidden in my collection. The 1984 United States 1-cent coin is a fascinating piece of numismatic history, and its significance extends far beyond its face value. As collectors, we're drawn to the stories behind these coins, the historical context in which they were minted, and the secrets they hold. The 1984 1-cent coin is no exception. And today we're going to dive into what makes it so special when it comes to finding the 1984 1-cent coin. Collectors face a unique set of challenges. For starters, this coin is incredibly rare, which means that tracking one down can be like searching for a needle in a haystack. Many collectors believe that the rarity of the coin automatically makes it valuable, but that's not always the case. In fact, some collectors have been misled into thinking that their 1984 1-cent coin is worth a small fortune, only to be disappointed when they learn the truth. Another obstacle facing collectors is the sheer number of counterfeits and altered coins that have flooded the market. It takes a keen eye and a deep understanding of the coin's design and production to spot the real deal. The rarity of the 1984 1-cent coin is further complicated by the fact that the US Mint produced a large number of coins that year. In 1984, the Mint produced over 8.5 billion 1-cent coins, making it difficult to determine which ones are truly rare and which ones are just common. This oversupply has led some collectors to overlook the 1984 1-cent coin, assuming that it's not worth their time and effort. But for those who are willing to dig deeper, the rewards can be significant. One of the biggest misconceptions surrounding the 1984 1-cent coin is that it's only valuable if it's imperfect condition. While condition certainly plays a role in determining the coin's value, it's not the only factor. In fact, some coins with slight imperfections or worn surfaces can be just as valuable as those in pristine condition. The key is understanding what to look for and how to evaluate the coin's overall condition. The design and production of the 1984 1-cent coin are equally fascinating, with some unique features that set it apart from other coins minted during the same period. The obverse or front side of the coin features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse side showcases the Lincoln Memorial. The coin's design is the result of a collaboration between artists and mint officials who worked together to create a coin that would honor Lincoln's legacy. One of the most intriguing aspects of the 1984 1-1 coin is the existence of several minting errors and anomalies. For example, some coins feature misaligned dies, which can result in a shifted image on the coin's surface. Others may have imperfections in the metal itself, such as copper spots or discoloration. These errors can greatly impact the coin's value, making it a true treasure for collectors who stumble upon them. The 1984 1-cent coin is also notable for its unique minting process. During this time, the US Mint was transitioning from copper-based coins to more cost-effective alternatives such as zinc-coated steel. This transition led to a range of variations in the coin's composition, which can be identified through careful examination. As I dug through my collection, I stumbled upon a surprising discovery that highlights the importance of the 1984 1-cent coin in the numismatic community. It turns out that a small batch of coins minted in 1984 featured a rare misprint where the word liberty was accidentally inverted on the coins. Obverse, this misprint is extremely rare, making the coins that feature it highly sought after by collectors. As I continued to research this misprint, I learned that only a handful of these coins exist, making them true treasures in the world of numismatics. This discovery not only highlights the significance of the 1980 for 1 cent coin, but also underscores the importance of careful examination and attention to detail. In the end, the 1980 for United States 1 cent coin is a fascinating piece of history that offers collectors a unique glimpse into the world of numismatics. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this coin is definitely worth adding to your collection. Thanks for joining me on this wild treasure hunt. If you have any experiences or thoughts about the 1980 for 1 cent coin, be sure to share them in the comments below. And if you're ready for more coin collecting adventures, be sure to check out my video on the 1970 to doubloon era coin. It's a real page turner, and the 1980 for United States 1 cent coin, commonly known as the Lincoln cent or simply the penny, is part of a long lineage of U.S. coinage. It features the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, first introduced in 1909, and has remained largely unchanged in design. While it may seem like an ordinary piece of currency, the 1980 for Lincoln cent carries historical significance, notable errors, and collector interest. This extensive examination explores the origins of the Lincoln cent, the details of the 1980 for edition minting, errors, and its place in numismatics. Before 1909, the US cent featured designs such as the flowing hair large cent 1793-1796, draped bust 1796-1807, classic head 1808-1814, coronet 1816 to 1839, and Indian head 1859 to 1909. To commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth, the U.S. Mint decided to honor him with a portrait on the cent. The Lincoln cent, designed by Victor David Brenner, was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure rather than an allegorical representation of liberty. The design included a right-facing portrait of Lincoln to stalks of wheat, giving it the nickname Wheat Penny. In 1959, to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, the Wheat Penny design was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial reverse, designed by Frank Gasparro. This design featured the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., with Lincoln's statue visible inside. The Lincoln Memorial cent remained in circulation from 1959 to 2008, making the 1980 for penny part of this long-running design. The 1980 for Lincoln cent mintage and design, composition, and specifications. By 1980, for the US cent had already undergone a major change in composition. Initially made of 95% copper, the US Mint transitioned to a copper-plated zinc composition in 1982. Due to rising copper prices, the 1980 for Lincoln cent has the following specifications: composition 97.5% zinc to 0.5% copper, copper-plated zinc, weight to 0.5 grams, diameter 19.05 millimeters, edge plane. The 1980 for penny was minted at 3 facilities: Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, 8,151,079,000 coins; Denver Mint, D mint mark, 5,569,238,906 coins; San Francisco Mint, S mint mark proof, only 3,282,411 coins. The vast mintage means that the 1980 for penny is common in circulation. Features Lincoln's bust with the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1984. The Lincoln Memorial with United States of America and E pluribus unum above and 1 cent. Below errors and variants of the 1980 for Lincoln cent. While the 1980 for penny is generally common, certain errors and varieties have made specific specimens valuable to collectors. The 1980 for doubled ear error. One of the most famous 1984 penny errors is the doubled ear Lincoln cent. This variety features a doubling of Lincoln's earlobe caused by a misalignment in the die hubbing process. Identification: a second earlobe appears just below the primary earlobe. Well-preserved examples can fetch anywhere from $50 to several $100 depending on condition. Off-center strikes occur when the blank planchet is not properly aligned in the press. Some 1980 for pennies have been found with 5% to 50% off-center strikes, increasing their collector value. A clipped planchet error happens when part of the coin's edge is missing due to a misfeeding of the metal strip. During production, a broad-struck penny is produced when the coin is struck without the collar die, causing the edges to spread out. Unnaturally circulated pennies. Most 1984 pennies in circulation are only worth face value. Uncirculated mint state, an uncirculated example with full luster, can be worth between $1 and $5. Proof coins. San Francisco minted proof coins, particularly deep cameo examples, can sell for $10, $20. Grading. The 1984 penny. Grading plays a significant role in determining value. The Sheldon coin grading scale 1 to 70 is used. MS60, MS63. Common, but slightly more valuable MS65. High-grade examples may sell for $10, $15. MS67, MS69. Rare, potentially worth over $100. Despite being a low-denomination coin, the Lincoln cent has left a lasting impact on American numismatics. The 1984 penny represents an era of transition, when copper prices forced a change in the coin's composition. In 2009, the U.S. Mint replaced the Lincoln Memorial reverse with four different designs celebrating Lincoln's life. From 2010 onward, the penny features the Union Shield design. The 1984 United States 1-cent coin is a common yet historically significant piece of U.S. currency. Its origins trace back to 1909, and its errors, such as the double-deer variety, make it a fascinating subject for collectors. While most 1984 pennies remain worth only 1 cent, high-grade or error specimens can be valuable as long as the Lincoln cent remains in production. Its legacy as a cornerstone of American coinage will continue. Would you like more details on any specific aspect, such as grading or auction? United States 1-cent coin, commonly known as the penny, has a rich and evolving history that reflects the nation's economic, cultural, and technological changes. This comprehensive account delves into the penny's origins, design transformations, production challenges, and its role in American society, with a particular focus on the year 1985. The concept of a 1-cent coin in the United States dates back to the late 18th century. In 1793, the U.S. Mint produced the first official cent, known as the flowing hair cent. This coin featured a depiction of liberty with flowing hair on the obverse, and a chain of 15 links representing the original states on the reverse. Over the years, the design and composition of the cent evolved, transitioning from the large, heavy coins of the early 19th century to the smaller, lighter versions more familiar today. Throughout its history, the penny has undergone several significant design changes. Indian head cent 1859 to 1909, designed by chief engraver James Barton Longacre. This design featured a stylized image of liberty wearing a Native American headdress on the obverse and a laurel wreath on the reverse. Lincoln wheat cent 1909 to 1958, introduced to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's centennial birth anniversary. This design showcased a portrait of Lincoln on the obverse created by Victor David Brenner, and two stalks of wheat on the reverse. Lincoln Memorial cent 1959-2008, marking the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The reverse featured the Lincoln Memorial designed by Frank Gasparro. Lincoln Bicentennial cents 2009. For reverse designs were released to honor Lincoln's 200th birthday, depicting scenes from his life, his birthplace in Kentucky, his formative years in Indiana, his professional life in Illinois, and his presidency. Union Shield cent 2010. Present. The current reverse design, created by Lyndall Base, features a shield with a banner inscribed with E pluribus unum, symbolizing the union of the states. In 1985, the penny continued to bear the Lincoln Memorial design on its reverse. This year was part of a transitional period where the U.S. Mint was exploring ways to reduce production costs as the price of copper, the primary metal used in pennies, was rising. However, significant changes to the penny's composition and design would not occur until later in the decade. Composition and production challenges. The composition of the penny has been a subject of debate and change, primarily due to cost considerations. Pre-1980 pennies were composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. To address rising copper prices, the Mint altered the penny's composition to a core of 99.2% zinc with a thin copper plating, reducing production costs. Despite these changes, the cost of producing pennies remained a concern. In 2006, it was reported that each penny cost 1.7 cents to produce, leading to discussions about phasing out the coin. Beyond its monetary value, the penny holds a special place in American culture. Expressions and traditions, phrases like "a penny for your thoughts," and traditions such as finding a penny and picking it up reflect the coin's cultural embedment. Numismatics, the study and collection of coins, often begins with penny collecting, given the coin's long history and variety of designs. Debate over the penny's future. In recent decades, the penny's practicality has been questioned. The expense of producing pennies has consistently exceeded their face value. In 2018, it cost 1.99 cents to produce a penny. There have been ongoing debates in Congress about eliminating the penny, with arguments focusing on cost savings and the coin's minimal purchasing power. While some advocate for discontinuing the penny, others argue for its historical and sentimental value. In February 2025, President Donald Trump ordered Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent to halt penny production, citing the coin's manufacturing inefficiency. This move reignited discussions about the penny's role in modern America. The 1-cent coin's journey from its inception to the present day mirrors the United States' economic and cultural evolution. As debates continue over its future, the penny remains a testament to the nation's history and values. And join me as I hunt for America's rarest 1985 penny coin and see if I can actually find one. The 1985 penny is one of the most fascinating coins in American numismatics, and for collectors and enthusiasts, it's a treasure trove of hidden gems just waiting to be discovered. One of the biggest misconceptions about the 1985 penny is that it's just a common everyday coin that's worth next to nothing, but that couldn't be further from the truth. In reality, the 1985 penny is hiding in plain sight, waiting for eagle-eyed collectors to spot its subtle variations and imperfections. Another common myth is that the 1985 penny is only valuable if it's in pristine condition. While it's true that coins in better condition tend to be more valuable, it's not the only factor that determines its worth. In fact, some 1985 pennies with specific errors or mintage variations can be incredibly valuable even if they're not in perfect condition. Many people also believe that the 1985 penny is only collectible if it's from a specific mint, such as Philadelphia or Denver, but the truth is that 1985 pennies from all mints can be valuable depending on the specific variant and its rarity. When it comes to identifying rare 1985 pennies, the challenge lies in spotting the subtle differences that set them apart from their more common counterparts. It requires a keen eye and a deep understanding of numismatics, but the rewards can be huge. So what makes a 1985 penny truly rare and valuable? One key factor is the minting process. Pennies minted in 1985 underwent significant change in production, resulting in a small number of coins with unique characteristics. These coins, known as transitional errors, are highly sought after by collectors and can fetch significant sums at auction. Another factor is the presence of errors or misprints. Coins with incorrect dates, misaligned dies, or other imperfections can be extremely rare and valuable. And then there are the coins that were minted with specific designs or mint marks, which can also command a premium. One of the most famous and sought-after 1985 pennies is the copper-plated zinc cent. This rare variant was minted in limited quantities, and its unique composition makes it highly valuable to collectors. I remember reading about a man who discovered a stash of these coins in his late grandfather's attic. He had no idea what they were worth until he did some research and realized he was sitting on a small fortune. The story always stuck with me, and it's exactly why I love hunting for rare coins like the 1985 penny. Revealing the most sought-after variant of the 1985 penny is like uncovering a hidden treasure. It's a reminder that even the most ordinary-looking coins can hold extraordinary value, and it's a testament to the thrill of the hunt. To sum it up, the 1985 penny is a coin that's full of surprises, from its unique minting process to its subtle variations and imperfections. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, the 1985 penny is a fascinating topic that's sure to captivate and inspire. Thanks for watching, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Do you have a favorite coin or a personal story about discovering a rare find? Share your experiences. And don't forget to check out my other videos on rare coin history of the 1990 to United States 1-cent coin, commonly known as the penny, is an interesting topic, particularly due to the transition from the traditional copper-based composition to the modern zinc-based coin. The 1990 to penny also holds a special place in numismatic circles due to the existence of the rare close AM and wide AM varieties which are highly sought after by collectors. Below is a detailed historical and numismatic analysis of the 1992 US penny, including its origins, composition, design, minting process, and its significance in American history and coin collecting. The US 1-cent coin, commonly referred to as the penny, has a long and storied history dating back to the late 18th century. First authorized by the Coinage Act of 1790, to the penny has undergone numerous design changes, shifts in composition and modifications in size and weight. By 1990 to the penny had evolved into its modern form, featuring the image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse front and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse back. This design, first introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, was used until 2008. The 1990 to penny is particularly significant due to a rare design variety that makes certain examples extremely valuable. This variety, known as the 1992 close AM penny, has become a highly sought-after collector's item. Background and composition of the 1992 penny. Prior to 1980, US pennies were made primarily of 95% copper and 5% zinc or tin. However, due to the rising cost of copper in the late 1970s and early 1980s, the US Mint made the decision to change the composition of the penny. Starting in mid-1980, the composition was changed to 97.5% zinc with a thin copper plating to 0.5%, which remains the standard composition. Today, the 1990 to penny followed this modern standard and was minted with these specifications: copper plated, zinc 97.5%, zinc to 0.5% copper, weight to 0.5 grams, diameter 19.05 millimeters, edge plain smooth. Mint marks: Philadelphia no mint mark and Denver D. The shift to zinc allowed the US Mint to significantly reduce production costs, as copper prices had made the original pennies more expensive to produce than their face value. The obverse of the 1990 to penny features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner. This portrait has remained on the US 1-cent coin since 1909, when it was introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. In God We Trust above Lincoln's head, liberty to the left of Lincoln. The year 1992 to the right of Lincoln's profile. Mint mark D for Denver or no mint mark for Philadelphia. The reverse of the 1990 to penny features the Lincoln Memorial designed by Frank Gasparo. This design had been in use since 1959 and was eventually replaced in 2009 by a new design series marking Lincoln's 200th birthday. United States of America curved along the top, e pluribus unum above the Lincoln Memorial, 1 cent along the bottom. The Lincoln Memorial design was chosen in 1959 to commemorate Lincoln's impact on American history and his role in preserving the Union during the Civil War. One of the most fascinating aspects of the 1990 to penny is the existence of the close AM and wide AM varieties. These varieties refer to the spacing between the letters A and M in the word America on the reverse of the coin. The close AM variety features the letters A and N in America almost touching. This variety was actually a prototype intended for the 1993 penny, but some were mistakenly used on 1990 to pennies. Only a few close AM 1990 to pennies exist, making them extremely rare. The standard 1990 to penny features a wide AM, where there is a noticeable gap between the A and M. The wide AM variety is the normal design for 1992 pennies and is far more common. Value and rarity of the close AM penny. Because of its rarity, the 1990 to close AM penny is highly valuable among coin collectors. Examples in high-grade condition can sell for thousands of dollars. In 2012, a 1,992 close AM penny sold for over $20,000. In 2017, another example in near-perfect condition sold for $25,000. Collectors seek out 1990 to pennies, checking for the close AM variety, making it one of the most exciting modern coin discoveries. Minting and production of the 1990 to penny. The 1990 to penny was produced at two main US Mint facilities: Philadelphia Mint no mint mark, Denver Mint D mint mark. Philadelphia for $1,648,905,000, Denver, for billion for 148,673,300. The total production exceeded 9 billion pennies, making it one of the most common coins of its time. However, the close AM variety is so rare that fewer than 20 examples have been verified. The 1990 to penny remains a popular coin among collectors due to its historical significance and the discovery of the rare, close AM variety. Why collect the 1990 to penny? The early 1990s marked a key period in modern US coinage with the transition to zinc-based pennies. The close AM era makes this year particularly intriguing. Regular 1992 pennies are common and inexpensive, making them accessible for beginner collectors. Use a magnifying glass or microscope to inspect the letters. In America, if the A and M are touching, you may have a valuable close AM penny. Consider submitting it to a professional coin grading service, PCGS or NGC, for authentication. The 1990 to United States penny is more than just a common coin. It represents an important chapter in the history of US coinage. While billions were produced, a small number of the close AM variety have become some of the most valuable and sought-after coins in modern numismatics. For collectors, this penny serves as a reminder that even modern coins can hold hidden treasures. Whether you're searching pocket change or diving into coin collecting, the 1990 to penny is a fascinating piece of American history worth exploring. And join me as I dive into the world of coin collecting and try to uncover what makes the 1990 to 1 cent penny so special. The 1990 to 1 cent penny is a fascinating piece of coin that often gets overlooked by collectors and casual enthusiasts alike. But what makes it so special? Is it its rarity, its design, or something else entirely? In this video, we're going to explore the world of the 1990 to penny and uncover its secrets. One of the most common misconceptions about the 1990 to penny is that it's just another ordinary penny. Many people assume that it's not worth much or that it's not collector worthy, but that's far from the truth. The 1990 to penny has a rich history and a unique set of characteristics that set it apart from other pennies. In fact, many collectors are willing to pay top dollar for certain varieties of this coin. Another misconception is that the 1990 to penny is only valuable if it's in pristine condition. While it's true that condition plays a significant role in determining a coin's value, it's not the only factor. Even circulated 1990 to pennies can be worth a pretty penny if they have certain features or errors. We'll explore these features and errors in more detail later on. Some collectors may also believe that the 1990 to penny is too common or too easy to find. But the truth is, certain varieties of this coin are actually quite rare, and even if you do find one, it may not be in the best condition or have the desired characteristics. Finally, some collectors may not give the 1990 to penny a second glance because they think it's not old enough or historic enough. But the 1990 to penny is actually a transition year for the penny, marking a significant change in the way pennies were made, and that change is what makes this coin so special. The 1990 to penny was minted during a time of great change for the United States Mint. In 1990, the mint transitioned from using copper-plated zinc to solid copper pennies. This change was made to reduce the cost of producing pennies and to make them more environmentally friendly, but it also resulted in a unique set of characteristics that set the 1990 to penny apart from other pennies. One of the most notable features of the 1990 to penny is its design. The obverse features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln, just like other pennies, but the reverse features a unique design that was only used for a short time. This design features a shield with the words 1 cent and United States of America emblazoned on it. In addition to its design, the 1990 to penny is also notable for its errors. One of the most famous errors is the close AM error, which features the words "In God we trust" closer together than usual. This error is highly sought after by collectors and can fetch a pretty penny at auction. But the most intriguing aspect of the 1990 to penny is its value. Depending on its condition and characteristics, a 1990 to penny can be worth anywhere from a few dollars to thousands of dollars, and for collectors who are willing to search high and low, the thrill of the hunt is half the fun. So what makes the 1990 to penny so special? Is it its unique design, its historic significance, or its value? Ultimately, it's all of these things combined that make the 1990 to penny a must-have for any serious coin collector. In conclusion, the 1990 to penny is a fascinating piece of coin that's worth a second look. Whether you're a seasoned collector, or just starting out, this coin has something to offer. Thanks for watching. And if you've got any experiences with the 1992 penny or any other coin related stories, be sure to share them in the comments below. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe for more coin related content. Join me as I dig into my coin collection to see if I can find that rare 1990 for 1 cent penny that could be worth a fortune. Today we're going to talk about the 1990 for United States 1 cent penny coin, a highly sought after coin in the world of coin collecting. Its significance lies in its rarity and the potential to be worth a small fortune, making it a thrilling discovery for any collector. Many coin collectors think they know what makes a rare penny, but the truth is there are many misconceptions out there. For instance, some collectors believe that all wheat pennies are rare, but that's not necessarily true. Others think that any penny with the error is automatically valuable, which isn't always the case. Then there are those who believe that the rarity of a penny is solely determined by its age, but that's not entirely accurate either. Finally, some collectors are misinformed about the actual mintage numbers of certain pennies, leading them to overvalue or undervalue their coins. These misconceptions can lead to collectors unknowingly passing over rare and valuable pennies, including the 1994 penny. It's essential to separate fact from fiction to ensure that you're not missing out on a potential treasure. By understanding what makes a penny truly rare, you can increase your chances of finding that elusive 1990 for penny. So what makes certain 1990 for pennies valuable? The answer lies in minting errors, variations, and rare combinations. For example, some 1990 for pennies may have misprinted dates or misaligned dies, making them highly sought after by collectors. Others may have unique variations in their design or metal composition. These errors and variations can significantly increase the value of the penny, but only if you know what to look for. One of the most exciting things about the 1990 for penny is the possibility of finding a rare mint error. Imagine finding a penny with a double strike or a misprinted date. It's like striking gold. These errors are often unique to a particular mint, making them even more valuable to collectors. But how do you identify these errors? That's the million-dollar question. To identify valuable 1990 for pennies, you need to know what to look for and where to look. It's not just about scanning the coin's surface. You need to examine it closely, paying attention to even the smallest details. You need to know the difference between a genuine error and a coin that's simply worn down by circulation. By developing a trained eye, you can uncover hidden gems in your collection and make some truly remarkable discoveries. I'm thrilled to share with you a recent discovery that's got the coin collecting community buzzing. It's a game changer, and it could potentially redefine the value of the 1990 for penny. Are you ready for this? It turns out that a small batch of 1990 for pennies was minted with a unique metal composition, making them incredibly rare and valuable. This discovery has sent shockwaves through the collecting community, and it's got many of us re-examining our collections. In summary, 1990 for United States 1 cent penny coin is a highly sought after coin that holds significant value for collectors. By understanding the common misconceptions surrounding rare pennies and knowing what makes certain 1994 pennies valuable, you can increase your chances of finding that elusive coin. Remember, it's all about the details, and with a trained eye you can uncover hidden gems in your collection. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the world of coin collecting. I'd love to hear about your own coin discoveries in the comments below, and if you're new here, consider subscribing for more exciting content on rare coins. Don't forget to check out my next video where I'll be sharing more secrets of the 1994 penny and the 1990 for United States 1 cent coin, commonly known as the penny, is a significant piece of American numismatic history struck in vast quantities. It represents both the scale of U.S. coinage production and the intricate details that collectors and historians cherish. The obverse of the 1994 penny features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. This design, created by Victor D. Brenner, has graced the penny since 1909, marking the centennial of Lincoln's birth. The inscription "Liberty" appears to the left of Lincoln's bust, with the date 1994 to the right, and the motto "In God We Trust" arching above. The reverse showcases the Lincoln Memorial, a tribute to Lincoln's legacy and a symbol of American heritage, designed by Frank Gasparro. The reverse includes the phrases "United States of America" and "E pluribus unum" encircling the memorial, with 1 cent prominently displayed. At the bottom, this design was standard on pennies from 1959 to 2008. In 1990, for the US Mint produced the penny in 3 locations. Philadelphia No Mint mark approximately 6.5 billion pennies were minted. Denver Mint mark D around 4.4 billion pennies were produced. San Francisco Mint mark S about 3.2 million pennies. Primarily as proof coins for collectors, these figures highlight the penny's ubiquity in American currency during that year. Composition and specifications. The 1990 for penny is composed of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, a standard established in 1982. Reduced production costs. The coin has a diameter of 1905. 2000, a thickness of 1.52 millimeters and weighs 2.5 grams. Collectability and value. While the 1990 for penny is abundant and typically holds face value, certain varieties and errors can enhance their desirability among collectors. Coins with minting anomalies, such as double dies or off-center strikes, can be valuable. For example, a 1990 for penny with a double die obverse can fetch higher prices. High-grade coins, pennies in uncirculated condition or with exceptional features, may attract numismatic interest. The penny has been a topic of debate regarding its production costs. It costs more than 1 cent to manufacture each penny, leading to discussions about its practicality in modern currency. In February 2025, President Donald Trump ordered the Treasury Department to cease penny production, citing these inefficiencies. The 1990 for penny encapsulates a blend of historical homage, artistic design, and economic considerations. Whether viewed as a collectible artifact or a functional unit of currency, it offers insight into the United States numismatic traditions and ongoing fiscal dialogues. For a more in-depth exploration of rare 1990 for penny varieties and their potential value, you might find this video informative. And this video, we are going to be looking at valuable 1990 for pennies that you should always be on the lookout for. We'll look at 1994 pennies that are worth money in 1990 for pennies that are not worth so much money, so make sure you stick around the whole video, that way you know exactly what to look for. Alright, let's hop into it. Check out these 1994 pennies that are worth money. Alright, so first up is a 1990 for double die reverse. For all you guys that are new, that just means that there's doubling taking place on the reverse or the back of the coin. Now what you want to do is get a cheap little coin, a USB microscope, plug it into your computer. You'll be able to see these coins up close like this. And on the 1990 for on the back of the penny, you want to look for doubling taking place on the columns, so you can see that doubling taking place in the image there. That will give the coin some value. Now some of these coins sold for a lot of money, and that's what we're gonna look at here in just 1 second. Alright, so here's an example of a 1990 for that has doubling on the reverse, a double dive reverse. Now it does have a high grade of mid-state 66. The grading scale goes from 1 to 70 for any of you guys that are new to coin collecting, so very high grade here. And this coin sold for over $820. Here's another example of that double die penny. It's adding mint state to 65, however it's sold for more than the last coin. This penny here sold for over $975. Next up is a very cool penny, man. I love this penny, would love to find something like this. Is so interesting and would just be awesome to add to your coin collection. Now this is basically an incomplete plating taking place here. You ain't got that copper color on the whole coin, so wish it sold for more money, but it's still a 1990 for penny that sold for over $95. So always be on the lookout for interesting coins like this. If I find anything interesting, I set it aside and maybe look at it later. Just put it on my coin collection. I'm just a collector, so I'm not really into the selling Michael business. I just like to collect and find interesting things like this. Alright, next up is another era coin. This is a broad struck penny here, 1994 penny. Now obviously you could see the error taking place on the coin on the outside of the coin there, so very cool. I'm sure you can find stuff like this in coin rolls. Not gonna guarantee it, but you never know, you can't find them if you don't look. Now this penny here sold for over $65. Next up is an example of a rotated die. So basically, when you have a coin upright like this and you flip it from the bottom up, the reverse should be vertically straight, just like the front of the coin is here. So when you flip it over, it shouldn't be like this, it's a rotated. So those are really simple coins to look for. All you guys do is look at your coins, flip it over And make sure it is correct. Now this coin on eBay sold for $27 free shipping. So you know maybe they made 25 bucks off it or so, but not a bad find. I mean, you're turning 1 cent and 25 bucks. I'll take it any day. And then here's an example of a coin that maybe you won't find in a coin roll. This is a double struck coin with the second strike being 70% off center. Now obviously the error there speaks for itself. I don't have to explain that to you. Guys can see that in the images displayed, and this coin here sold for over $180. Hey guys, don't forget to go check out what my other coin to collectible videos and still tomorrow. I'll see you on a couple section below. This is Couch Collectibles and this is where I disappeared. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget my channel Coins Dictionary YT, subscribe and bell icon.